How's it going, everybody? So we have a fun review today as we're talking Ne Zha 2. Unfortunately, when the movie originally came out earlier this year, I did end up missing it in theaters. I really wanted to see it, but time just escaped me. I was really bummed out because all I heard non-stop was immense, exciting praise. Almost out of nowhere, it felt like this movie became a global phenomena to the point where the movie ended up grossing a staggering $2.2 billion at the box office, the highest grossing animated film ever. So once it was announced that A24 is going to get involved and they're going to do an English dub and re-release it in theaters later this month, I was on board 100%. Thankfully, despite the fact that I have not watched the original Ne Zha, the sequel does a pretty good job catching you up to speed if you did miss the first film. Regardless, I'm definitely circling back and watching the first film in the very near future. I must admit, I am completely on the Ne Zha 2 hype train now. There's so many different aspects that just blew me away. I'm always somebody that champions animation as a medium no matter what, but I must admit, I usually don't dabble that much into Chinese animation. I watch a lot of Japanese, American, Korean, but not as much China. So if there's any other recommendations you have, please share those down below. Ne Zha 2's animation is nothing short of being outright spectacular. Visually, all of the different battles, the scale of them, all of the different aesthetics and the powers, and some of the most insane stuff I've ever seen put to screen. I don't know if maybe all Chinese animation gets this wild. You have folks turning into massive glowing trees, insanely huge demon versus demon hunter battles. Ne Zha has this big team up against a dragon trio. Last act or so, the build up to all the big battle sequences, along with this massive transformation sequence. By far, that stretch of movie is some of the most wild stuff I've seen on screen as far as animation. Considering I also know pretty much nothing about Chinese mythology, I really like the journey the film takes us on with Ne Zha and Ao Bing completing these trials. It was quite a lot to take in, partially my own fault because I didn't watch the first film beforehand, yet I still admire the level of creativity and ambitious storytelling. The structure to each of these different boss battles, if you will, going through all these different trials was a major highlight. An aspect I was not expecting to be so great in Ne Zha 2 was the comedy. I was not expecting this movie to be as hilarious as it was. Throughout the whole film, really, it has this great balance between drama, action, and humor. Sure, the character that got the most laughs out of me personally was Ne Zha himself. He's quite the fiery, rebellious hothead of a character. Another thing that caught me off guard was I was not expecting meme references in Ne Zha 2. You can imagine my surprise when we get to the section in the film involving the Marmot demon and they recreate that screaming Marmot meme. Had me howling in the theater. Even though I consume a lot of foreign media, I am almost always team subtitles over dubbing. That's just who I've always been. I actually quite like the American voice cast assembled by A24 for the film. Funny enough, initially when they announced that A24 was behind an English dub for the film, I was a little bit confused by the wording because at first glance I thought somehow in some shape or form Michelle Yeoh was going to voice Ne Zha. I'm sure she would still do a fantastic job. I just couldn't picture her voice coming out of this small looking child character. Thankfully, she voices Ne Zha's mother, and unsurprisingly, she is extremely lovely and fills that role perfectly. Speaking of Ne Zha's voice actress, I actually quite like Crystal Lee in the role. I feel like she nails all of the little nuances of Ne Zha. He is hot-headed and short-tempered, but he is courageous and compassionate. You do feel those emotions in the story as it goes on, as he's someone that he is a little bit goofy here and there, but when it comes down to it, he's someone who's willing to go to great lengths to help the friends and family he loves. Compared to a lot of other animated films, Ne Zha 2 also clocks in quite long. It's about 2.5 hours, like, give or take. Occasionally, I must admit, you do feel that runtime. There's a handful of sections throughout the story dedicated to heavy exposition, because like I said earlier, there is a lot of stuff going on plot-wise. Trials, characters' true motivations being revealed, wars, extended dialogue, heavy conversations. In most films, it wouldn't work structurally, but I think in Ne Zha 2's case, there's enough time here where they flesh out the characters where it doesn't overstay its welcome. And there's so many different hype moments throughout the film's runtime, these epic action sequences. I wouldn't necessarily say I was ever bored, even despite the extended runtime. In general, Ne Zha 2 is just about as great as advertised in my eyes. You really can't go wrong diving into a film with such a compelling story that fully unleashes some of the most breathtaking, unique cinematic visuals you'll see in animation these days. holidays. Seems like to me 2025 is shaping up to be yet another fantastic year for animation. I mean, depending on how the rest of the year goes between Ne Zha 2 and K-pop Demon Hunters, I may actually have 2 animated films make my top 10 this year. If you get the chance to watch Ne Zha 2 in theaters with the English dub, I would highly recommend checking out in IMAX. I think that just levels up all of the crazy visuals I described in the big battle sequences. Regardless, if you have seen Ne Zha 2, or if you're gonna go check out the English dub that comes out later this month, make sure you share your thoughts down below once you get a chance to see it. Did you like the film? Did you not like the film? Thank you guys, as always, for that videos. I always do appreciate it. If you like the video, and also subscribe to the channel so they reviews, reactions, unboxings, and more. Till next time, I'll see you guys later.